Former CIA officer and host of the Buck Sexton Show. The one and only Buck Sexton is back. Welcome, everyone.
Hi.
So what do you think took place in that meeting between the president, the prime minister, and one Jared Kushner?
It's partially a high five and a check-in here, right? It's the administration and Prime Minister Netanyahu getting together to say, hey, thanks for the whole embassy move. Good stuff. Nice that we're no longer in the Obama-Israeli paradigm here, where things were a little bit rough in the 8 years of Obama. But the imminent issue is Iran. It's not the peace. There's not a peace deal. That's
Are we on the same page with Israel in terms
of Iran?
Yeah.
I mean, that all depends. The problem the Israelis have right now is that the Iranians are effectively colonizing Syria next door, setting up bases. They have large numbers of ground troops there. We don't even really know the full scale of military assistance. And so if you're looking at this from the Israeli perspective, geography is a little rough right now. You have Hezbollah to the north, an Iranian proxy. You have an Iranian presence in Syria also on your border. That's a problem. And the notion of the Iranians putting advanced missiles in Syria, which could very well happen, might be a red line. You've already seen airstrikes. No one in this country seemed to care very much, by the way. You've had an Iranian drone flying in Israeli airspace, had to get shot out of the sky.
You know why? Because I don't think people know exactly what that means.
It's a big deal.
Like, it's kind of scary, but it's hard for them to...
It wasn't like a little drone like you'd see at the beach, by the way. It was a mock-up based off of the U.S. stealth drone that went down in Iran a few years ago. They tried to copy it, to reverse engineer it, and they sent it into Israeli airspace. And by the way, this is like a plane that they're trying to take pictures of. We don't know what, but something sensitive. The Israelis had to shoot it out of the sky. And oh, by the way, then they flew into Syrian airspace and blew up a whole bunch of Iranian crap, and nobody paid any attention.
It's impossible for us to conceive of that sort of geographic discomfort. You know, it would be like Mexico launching Scud missiles and Canada.
Well, people don't understand how small it is.
Yeah.
They don't know how easy it is to get everywhere.
Yeah, it'd be like if you're in New Jersey and you've got Pennsylvania and New York lobbing mortars and rockets into you on a regular basis. It's right next door. Look, Hezbollah,
some of the
Hamas.
verbal insults feel like that.
Hezbollah, Hamas, an Iranian proxy war going on in Syria next door. Things are rough right now for Israel with regard to external stability. In terms of the peace negotiations, the peace process, they're not even on first base yet. I can give you the roadmap for how this stuff always goes. Every administration tries to make peace. Every administration fails. The Palestinians make it worse. The settlers build. That is just the way this goes.
Maybe this administration is realizing that it's not going to happen, so they're going to
try. I mean, and they think that Jared is the X factor here. I will let you come up with your own.
We're going to talk about Jared a little bit later in the show, because there are a lot of questions that are surrounding the presidential son-in-law. Less word, Buck.
I was sad about Hope's departure. It hurt me on the inside. Yes. But also, I will say that the Mueller probe is unbounded largely because it also has to do with Russia interference in the election.
Yeah.
So it's not just collusion, although that's actually the political motivation behind why we're here, because they want to get Trump and his people. But they're also, let's talk about the sock puppets and the Twitter trolls and how they may have affected the election outcome. And that means that because you don't have a specific crime, anything that you come across or find interesting that falls into the very broad rubric of Russia maybe did something during the election, how far back does it go? Who knows? It's a big problem. But the White House is not in disarray because the White House has always been a non-traditional bureaucracy.
No, chaos is oxygen in the White House, and it's still breathing.
Trump is the commander-in-chief who likes to be on a ship in the storm.
All right, very good.
There we go.
Well said.